friends, how are you? I'm so glad you're going to join me today for a yoga class. This is going to be Passover yoga. Are you ready? The first thing you need is a yoga mat or a towel that you can roll out and get ready and sit up straight just like me. Imagine that there is a broomstick going all the way from between your legs up through your body and out through your head up to the ceiling. Your back is very straight. And put your palms up to the ceiling. Rest them on your knees. You ready? Look up to the ceiling and down between your legs. Up to the ceiling, down between your legs. Look over your one shoulder and forward, and your other shoulder and forward. Smile at the person in front of you. Hi. Okay. So today we're going to do a few stretches on our legs just to get ready. Put your legs out in front of you. Point and flex. That means stretch your toes up to the ceiling. Point and flex. And point and flex. Now shake your legs out. There we go. Put your hands in front of you and turn your legs. Try not to touch the ground with your hands. Go onto your knees and your high knees and step up. You ready? Put your feet together and your hands at your side. Okay, before we're just going to do a little warm up. So put your hands together. Do a big stretch up to the sun and make a big sun with your hands. Now point your hands all the way down. I'm just going to turn so that you can see me. Put one hand on the one side, one on the other, and do a big step back with both legs and slowly lower to the ground. Now rest your feet and stretch up, straight and down. And then we're going to do a stretch into downward dog. So tuck your toes in and push up and stretch down into downward dog. Just like that. Relax your head. And we'll make a table, just like this, and sit back up. Okay, very good. Now we're going to start our Passover yoga. You ready? So the story begins when a little baby, can you make the baby pose? Lie back on your mat, get your feet out, grab onto your big toes, put your toes closer to you, and you can move from side to side. This is baby pose. This was baby Moses. He was found in the Nile River amongst the bulrushes. And we're going to make the bulrushes pose. Can you do the bulrushes pose? Baby Moses was found inside a basket. This is the basket pose. Can you make the basket pose? Okay, that little baby was very happy. But you know who found that baby? Pharaoh's daughter. Let's make Pharaoh's daughter. Okay, so your feet together and let's give her a headdress. Pharaoh's daughter. She came down to the Nile River to take a bath. So put your hands on your hip. Slowly move forward. I'll stand to the side so you can see. And splash water on your one arm and your other arm and on your face. Just like Pharaoh's daughter is taking a bath. Put your hands back on your hips and slowly work your way up. Okay. So the baby came to live with her and his name was Moses. The pose we're going to do for Moses is feet together, one hand on your one hip and Moses' staff going up high. One day Moses was out in the field and he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. You be an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave? The slave did not like that, and nor did Moses. So Moses decided to run away from Egypt and go to Midian. Can you run away? On the spot, and he went to a place called Midian. And when he was in Midian, he looked after the sheep. Let's make a sheep pose. Just like table. That's the sheep pose. And while he was taking care of the sheep, Moses saw a very strange thing. He saw a burning bush. Let's make a burning bush. Lie down. Get your legs up. Make a fiery bush. And Moses heard the sound saying, Moses, go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. So Moses jumped right up and he looked to the one side and he looked to the other side and he couldn't see anything. And he said, that must be the voice of God. So Moses went all the way back to Egypt. It was such a long way. He had to sleep in a tent on the way there. Can you make a tent? Jump your feet out. Make a tent. And the next morning when he woke up, he kept on running all the way to Egypt. And when Moses got there, he saw Pharaoh. So for Pharaoh, we're going to put feet together, hands up high, and stretch onto your tippy toes. Try balance. That's right. And Moses said to Pharaoh, let my people go. But Pharaoh said, no, I will not let them go. Can you do that? No, I will not let you go. So God sent some plagues. And the first plague was that all the water in the Nile River turned to blood. And the fish did not like it. Let's do a fish pose. Lie on your tummy. Crisscross your legs at the back. And make your fish's body like this. And lift up and relax. One more time. Let's be a fish. Up and relax. Well, Pharaoh did not like that. And as soon as the fish all disappeared, Pharaoh said, no, 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 I will not let you go. No, 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 I will not let you go. So the second plague was frogs. You're going to do a frog pose. Put your legs apart and see if you can bend all the way down and sit like a frog. You may even want to jump like a frog. There were frogs here, frogs there. Frogs were hopping everywhere. You hop like a frog? Do you think Pharaoh liked that? No. Pharaoh said, make those frogs disappear. And as soon as the frogs were gone, Pharaoh said, no, 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 I will not let you go. No, 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 I will not let you go. So God sent another plague. There were 10 plagues altogether. Another plague was wild animals. So you're going to pretend you're a wild animal, like a lion. Remember the cat pose? The lion is part of the cat family. So when the lion was happy, he would be happy lion, just like happy cat. Stick your bottom out and your head up. But when he became angry, he tucked his head in, sucked up his belly up high, and he was an angry lion. Grrr! Can you be an angry lion? Grrr! And they were running around Egypt. And did Pharaoh like that? And did Pharaoh's daughter like that? No. They said, make these wild animals disappear. And Moses said, okay, Pharaoh, but then will you let my people go? And Pharaoh said, okay. But then he changed his mind. He said, no, 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 I will not let you go. No, 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 I will not let you go. And then there was another plague. Do you remember the cows and the sheep? You remember the sheep pose we did earlier? Make a sheep pose. Well, you know what? The sheep got really, really sick. You make yourself bend your arms in, go all the way down, and then we're going to roll over and make a sick sheep and a sick cow. Very good. And guess what? When all the sheep and cows stopped getting sick, Did Pharaoh change his mind? Pharaoh did not change his mind. He said, I will not let you go. Another plague came. This one was hail. It was balls of ice falling down from the sky and hitting the people on their heads and on their bodies and on their legs. This is the hail, like balls of ice. Can you make yourself into a tiny little ball? Tiny, but a heavy ball of ice. And the Egyptians were afraid, and they said, please, Pharaoh, make the hail go away. And as soon as the hail went away, and the sun came out again Pharaoh changed his mind, and he said the Hebrews had to continue being slaves in Egypt. Then there was another plague. It was locusts. Let's do the locust pose. So you're going to make a table pose, and very slowly you're going to lie down onto your tummy and get your wings out like this, feet together, wings out, locust wings, and lift your body up. There were locusts eating all the food. Can you eat the food? All the vegetables in Egypt. And there was no more food for the Egyptians to eat. And they got really, really worried. And they went to Pharaoh and they said, please, Pharaoh, make these locusts go away. And as soon as the locusts had gone away, Pharaoh said, okay. Pharaoh said, you can leave now. But when there were no more locusts, again Pharaoh changed his mind. And then the next plague was darkness. Cover your eyes. Now imagine if you can't see anything and you started to walk. If you feel your mat very carefully or your towel, keep on going up until you feel your toes go over the mat or the towel. Now go a few paces back slowly because you can't see anything. You don't want to bump into anything. When you feel your feet, your heels of your feet going over the towel or the mat, you've got to come back into the middle. They were bumping into everything. They couldn't feel where they were going. And the Egyptians were really, really upset. And finally, when the last plague came, Pharaoh finally said, okay, go before I change my mind. So Moses went to all his people and he said, pack your bags quickly. We're going to leave Egypt before Pharaoh changes his mind. So they got out their bowls to make bread. We're going to make a bowl pose. Lie down on your back. Get your bowl ready. And they put in some flour. And they put in some salt. And they put in a little bit of water. And they mixed. Can you mix with your feet, with your legs? They mixed everything together. But guess what? They did not have time for this bread to rise. And the bread was flat. Just like this. Lie on your belly. Flat bread. And we call that matzah. This is how we make flat matzah, which we eat on Passover to remember the Egyptians that weren't very nice to the Hebrews, and remember how hard the Hebrews had to work as slaves in Egypt. There's your flat matzah. Well, the Hebrews took that flat matzah and they took it with them with just a few bundles of clothing, and they put your hands together, make a table, and they followed Moses all the way out of Egypt. And then they came to the Sea of Reeds. It was a big sea. Stretch your arms out. And was covered with water. And when they got to the sea, the people said, how are we going to get away across the ocean? How are we going to get across the Sea of Reeds? And Moses said, don't worry. I have a message from God. And the voice told Moses, lift up your staff and the waters will separate and you can walk through the Sea of Reeds to the other side. And that's exactly what happened. The sea separated. Can you make it up high? And it separated. And all the people ran through to the other side. And then they heard a noise. And they turned to the one side. They turned to the other side. And you know what they saw? They saw Pharaoh and all the Egyptians chasing after them. But guess what? As the Egyptians got to the Sea of Reeds, the water closed up and they could not get across. And so the Hebrews were safe on the other side. And they were so happy. They were skipping. Can you skip? And they were jumping because they were so happy that they were free at last. And that is our Passover yoga, my friends. So now we're going to do a little cool down. Are you ready for a cool down? Okay, I want you to lie down on your mat very comfortably. Lie on your back. Put your hands over your head or by your side. And I want you to relax your whole body. You can close your eyes if you want to. Now the only thing that you're going to do is going to squeeze your toe muscles as tight as you can. And then relax them. And then make your leg muscles very tight. Tighten those leg muscles. Tight. And relax them. Now suck in your tummy muscles. Make your tummy muscles as tight as they can be. Only your tummy muscles are working. And relax. Now make a fist with your hands. Squeeze your hands as tight as they can go. And relax them. Now squeeze your shoulders up. Make your shoulder muscles very tight. And relax them. Now squeeze your lips together like this. And relax them. And squeeze your nose. And relax it. And then squeeze your eye muscles. As tight as you can go. And relax them. Now squeeze every muscle in your body. And relax. Just relax everything. And think of the hot sunshine on a beautiful sunny day. When you're lying down on your towel on the beach. And you imagine the birds are singing in the distance and the sun is shining and you're very relaxed. And I'll count to 10. Keep your eyes closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to open your eyes gently. Lift your legs up and squeeze your knees into your, and roll over to your side and slowly sit up. And sit up back on your towel or on your yoga mat. Put your hands together and together we'll say thank you together. Namaste. Peace, shalom. Thank you, friends, for doing yoga with me today. See you another time. Bye.